Hello everybody, welcome back. This is the afternoon portion of our live stream. I've been off for the past 2.5 hours and had some things to do. Took my penny out and got some things done, and now I'm back to give y'all an update. Hang on. Welcome back. This is the afternoon portion of our live stream. I've been off for the past 2.5 hours. I just turned that off, so why is that on? Oops, hang on. Now I know why. Oops. I had two windows open. Oops, sorry you guys. So anyway, I am back. As we can see, our hurricane is still moving west-northwest. It has not turned. And we're going to look at what National Hurricane is saying. So, as of right now, Erin has 140 mile per hour winds. So it is still a Category 4. Let me make sure my sound is up here. My sound is up, so it is on. Making sure everybody can hear me. Erin does have 140 mile per hour winds, and it is moving west-northwest at 10 miles per hour still. So that has not changed, and this update was done less than a half an hour ago. So we are still watching this hurricane moving west-northwest, which is pretty much this way. So we're hoping that this one is going to turn. But let's take a look at what they are showing here. Now they are showing more green into North Carolina. So as this goes further this way, you'll see more green into North Carolina, because I believe that it's going to continue until around here and then turn. So we're just going to have to wait and see what is going to happen here. Yeah. And let me get my earthquakes back up here for you guys. We do have Earthquake 3D up for those who want to watch. We are going to be watching this for a little while. Also, I'm going to look in for some more information and news. See if we have anything new within the last hour to 2 hours. Hurricane Erin. People on Hurricane Erin have evacuated. Tybee Island has warned beachgoers ahead of Hurricane Erin. Tybee Island has warned beachgoers. Island lifeguards are advising people to pay attention as they head for the beach, as dangerous ocean conditions could present themselves later this week. Tybee's, that is up in Alaska, and then there's another one over there which looks to be over here, so that looks like Indonesia area. Let me look real quick. Well, that's the Molucca Sea, so it was 4.4, 4.5. All right. So anyway, Tybee Island Ocean Rescue is advising beachgoers to pay attention to their warnings as Erin's effects set in on the coast. Anyone heading into the ocean should make sure they're in an area with a lifeguard tower or be near a lifeguard in a beach vehicle. Tybee Island Rescue posts beach conditions daily, so you can check those out for any potential red or double red flag warnings. That means to stay out of the water. Those flags are also flown on the lifeguard towers. Lifeguards say if you happen to get caught in a rip current, the worst thing you can do is panic. If you can swim parallel to the shore rather than trying to swim back to the shore, that will help you get out of the rip current. But the biggest thing is to remain calm. Don't wear yourself out, so you can just ride it out. If they're out there, they're going to see you and come get you. That's the biggest thing. Remain calm. And that's coming from lifeguard supervisor Cyrus Shepard. Lifeguards say most people drown not because of getting caught in rip current, but because they panic and wear themselves out. So, one of the best things to do during the time that there's rip currents is just stay out of the water. All right. Newest news, Cape Hatteras has announced closures. So, it was updated 29 minutes ago. They have closed ahead of Hurricane Erin. Hurricane Erin has intensified, and North Carolina's Outer Banks are evacuating. Hurricane Erin is forecast to steer clear of the U.S., but is set to bring life-threatening surf and rip current conditions to the nation's eastern coast. Now, if you look in here, this is where Ocracoke, Hatteras Islands, and all those islands are where they jut out right here in the United States. So this area where you see my mouse pointing on the screen, that is the areas that are evacuating. Hurricane Erin has intensified and grown in size on Monday as people fled North Carolina's Outer Banks, and forecasters warned of life-threatening rip current and surf conditions along the entire eastern coast of the United States. After losing some intensity over the weekend, Erin strengthened back into a Category 4 with maximum sustained winds of 140 miles per hour, according to our 2 p.m. advisory from the National Hurricane Center. Forecasts show the storm intensifying further and growing as it gradually turns north on a path between the United States and Bermuda. The first hurricane to form this Atlantic season and become a major storm. Erin was located 140 miles north of Grand Turk Island and 850 miles south-southeast of Hatteras Island. The barrier island on the Outer Banks was placed under a mandatory evacuation as officials warned of possible flooding and tropical storm conditions. The storm is expected to steer clear of the United States, though forecasters warn it could bring dangerous surf and rip current conditions to the eastern seaboard. According to the latest forecast, the Outer Banks face the biggest threat as coastal flooding could inundate the low-lying islands by this midweek. Outside the country, a tropical storm warning was in place Monday for the Turks and Caicos Islands as well as parts of Bahamas, with forecasters warning of possible flash and urban flooding. As the storm moves towards the northern Atlantic, it's expected to continue to grow in size. By Tuesday, dangerous surf conditions are expected across the entire eastern U.S. coast, Hurricane Center Director Michael Brennan stated. It's not going to be a safe environment to be in the ocean. He added that though the weather can be pleasant onshore, dangerous and possibly life-threatening rip currents could be lurking in the water. The Outer Banks residents has emptied, so when news of the evacuation orders hit Hatteras Island, fatty streets and tours was flooded by tourists complaining about having their vacation cut short. But the island started to empty out overnight during what is typically the height of the tourism season. And Dawson expects to close down after lunch on Monday. They said they've had one table so far, so generally a very busy day has been turned into an absolutely nothing day. Though county officials issued a mandatory evacuation order for residents beginning at 8 a.m. Eastern Time on Tuesday, Dawson plans to hunker down in his home, which is nestled in a small community in the woods of Buxton, North Carolina. He fears a tree might hit his house, but said he's otherwise not particularly concerned about Hurricane Erin, having lived through countless storms since 1982. Still, Dawson says he expects to spend a few days helping neighbors board up their windows and then cleaning debris. Florida beachers could see beaker waves as high as 8 feet. In Jacksonville, ocean breakers of greater than 7 feet are expected beginning Tuesday, according to the Weather Service, with the peak wave height around high tide on Wednesday. Minor coastal and tidal flooding is possible with at least a moderate beach erosion. The high water could inundate boat ramps, parking lots, and some campgrounds. The rip current threat will occur at beaches along the coast before higher surf arrives, according to the Weather Service. In east central Florida, the Weather Service expects rough pounding surf with breakers of 5 to 8 feet on Tuesday and Thursday, with minor beach and dune erosion. The danger extends far beyond Florida. Weather Service offices all along the coast up to Maine are warning of hazardous conditions at the beach and potential coastal flooding. Outer Banks ferries and roads are packed with evacuees. And this is coming from somebody who talked about it. Nicholas and his girlfriend drove several hours over the weekend from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, to a national campground on the Outer Banks to relax and take in the beauty of the island's beaches. But even before Hurricane Erin prompted evacuation orders, he said that he noticed the storm's impact. The couple only went briefly into the ocean and hugged the shore because of the rip currents. Heavy waves slammed on the beaches and strong winds could be felt across the islands. The rip currents were very, very strong and the wind was really sandblasting everything. The couple left on the afternoon of Sunday, hours before a mandatory evacuation were issued for two islands, Ocracoke and Hatteras. Ferries off Ocracoke are already packed and traffic on roads leading off the island delayed the journey back home for at least 2 hours. It was a steady stream of people trying to get off the islands. Erin is a huge storm and it is expected to grow. As of the morning of Monday, its wind field was some 397 miles in diameter. In addition, Erin is creating seas of 10 feet or more across an area roughly 500 miles in diameter. Erin's ranks around the 80th percentile in terms of storm sizes of major hurricanes in the past couple of decades. Erin's wind field is forecast to continue growing over the next few days as a cycle of eye wall replacements continue. Some of the largest hurricanes on record include 2012's enormous Hurricane Sandy, which was among the largest known Atlantic hurricane with a wind field spanning approximately 1,100 miles. Hurricane Florida in 1999 was also quite large with a diameter of 580 miles. Two counties in North Carolina have declared a state of emergency and issued mandatory evacuation orders for parts of the Outer Bank, a string of low-lying islands in the Atlantic Ocean. One of them is Dare, and the other is Hyde counties. So that's Ocracoke and Hatteras, which are over here in North Carolina. So that's that area that juts out, these islands right here. Erin's brief rotation with Category 5 winds over the weekend made it the 11th Category 5 hurricane. Made it the 11th Category 5 hurricane recorded in the Atlantic since 2016. That is 11 in just 9 years, according to the University of Oklahoma and hurricane mapmaker Michael Ferragamo. That's the largest amount of Category 5 hurricanes recorded in a 9-year time frame in the hurricane database since 1851. Erin formed into a hurricane from a tropical storm on Friday. The following day, the storm quickly intensified into a Category 5 hurricane with sustained minimum winds of 160 miles per hour before it lost momentum and was downgraded to a Cat 3. Over the weekend, the storm lashed Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands, causing tens of thousands of power outages, flight cancellations, and closures across both islands. No deaths have been reported, and crews have restored power to most of the homes and businesses that experienced the outages. Erin has since begun a new period of intensification, which could end Tuesday as it encounters wind shear, though forecasters say it will remain a major hurricane. So let me check in on the chat here. That is pretty much the news that I have right now. And we're just going to watch. I don't have anything else newer as far as Hurricane Erin. So I figure we're just going to watch the radar for a little while and watch earthquakes. Please feel free to chat in the chat room. I am doing this because there are people that live down here in these islands and along the East Coast that are actually members on my channel. And it is important to be able to give them as much information as possible as well. They're also members of mine on Facebook too. So give me a second. I'm going to go get something to drink and I'll be right back. Hey, I'm getting something to drink. If you missed the update, scroll back to the beginning of the video and you can hear the whole update. It's from the beginning of the video until just 2 minutes ago. Okay, I'm back. I needed to get coffee. Had to drink something. My throat is hoarse. But then again, y'all know that I've been sick for the last week, so I'm getting better and then getting worse and then getting better and getting worse. Hey, Brofishin, nice to see you in the chat. Glad to see you're here. George, I'm glad you're here. You guys remember to please go like and subscribe to Brofishin's channel. Also, Richquake, and I don't know if George makes some videos, I think. But feel free to go and check out their channels too. Broke Fishing does a lot of music and stuff, and he does the wildfires. George, you giving Broke Fishing a hard time. Broke Fishing bites. He gonna steal your crown here soon. Okay, so what else we got? Looking at earthquakes for today. We've just had a 3.2 in Iceland. Hope that doesn't mean that there's going to be a new eruption. But there has been a it says 3.2. Iceland, it was 5 kilometers deep. And it was 19 kilometers south-southeast of Reykjavik. Population, there's 118,000 people. So depth on it says 5 kilometers, so that's pretty shallow. Reykjavik. And after that, there was a 2.3 in central Turkey, a 4.8 off the coast of Iceland, Chile, and a 2.2 in western Turkey. So that's just getting up to speed. When we look at the 5s today, there was a 5.2 off the east coast of Kamchatka, a 5.5 in Tonga, a 5.6 off the coast of Iceland, Chile. And like I said, I believe that 5.6 was a 6.0, and it was 11 hours ago. Then there was a 5.0 in Kuril Islands. And then the last earthquake for yesterday that was a 5 was northern Algeria, and it was a 5.1. EMSC has it listed in red. Hello, Sally Berry. Nice to see you here. Please remember to hit that like button, press subscribe, and share. The end of the video from here on out is whatever, but the beginning of the video is the update. We will give one last update before I end today. Let me see what else I can find out about this this hurricane. I did see an interesting picture of cars fleeing from the Outer Banks. It was lines and lines of cars. So let me see. I can see if I can show this picture. I don't want to get any copyrights. So, well, this is the Ocracoke Ferry. So it shows pictures of the cars leaving from Ocracoke. So here is a picture. This is the cars leaving from the Ocracoke Ferry, so you can tell the line's backed up. That's the Ocracoke Ferry live cam. Wonder if I can pull that up. I'm going to try to pull up a live cam. Ocracoke Ferry live cam. Webcams. Okay, so here's a webcam, Ocracoke Island webcam. Looks nice and peaceful right now. This is Teach's whole live webcam. Looks pretty peaceful. Harbor Dock fish cam. You can tell it looks like there's some breeze, but it doesn't look too bad. Those are the ones that I've found so far. So let's see if I can find any other webcams. Maybe this one? That one is unavailable. Well, the webcam apparently for the beach area, I mean for the ferry, I'll show y'all. So I clicked on it, click to view webcam, current image unavailable. Wonder if South Dock. So that's the South Dock, but it looks like the camera is out for right now because North Dock is current unavailable. Oops. Let's see. Outer Banks. This is Kitty Hawk. Kitty Hawk has a flag up, so they have a yellow flag warning. Let's see, Hatteras Island webcam. So there's the bridge, but it doesn't appear to be live. Let me see live. Oh, there you go. So now we're live. That's showing the Bonner Bridge Pier. Don't see any cars coming across, and it looks like it's been blocked, so this one's closed, of course. You see here, Ocracoke Island. So it looks peaceful there for right now, but this area here, I mean, if you're like in here, this is like the inlet here, it's blocking anything out by the ocean, so this is gonna stay calmer. So that's the inlet. Let's see, Kill Devil Hills. See what the ocean looks like. Some nice surf out there. Those are some big waves. I'd be careful going swimming because it looks like there's already rip current. Okay, so that's what I got for webcams, you guys. Oops. Can I close that page? Didn't mean to close that. Okay. So those were the webcams that I have so far. Nothing major as of yet. The areas are being evacuated. Of course, we're still going to see blue skies, but it's going to be breezy, and it's going to get rougher as the days go by here until at least Thursday. Yeah. George says, yeah, there is a bad storm coming in. All you have to do is just look at those clouds. Yep. You can tell there's something coming. And it's cloudy-ish outside here today. It was blue skies this morning, but it is cloudy here. Let me see if I can show you all the sky. I might have unhooked my camera. Okay, so there's the sky here. You can tell we have clouds, but nothing big. I mean, it's been cloudy for the last week. So, I can leave that up. I don't know. It was absolutely gorgeous when I went out today. I had to go take Penny out. Let me show y'all my little video that I posted just for fun. Okay, here you go. Did I take the sound off? Yeah, my sound's off. I turned sound on. Oh.
You sure? Tell me about it. You want to go out? Do you want to go outside? You want to go outside? You want to go outside?
He wants to go outside. He's
Me
waiting for
too.
a tail. Like no reason.
Okay, you guys, so that's my Penny. I did a little short video for her today, just for fun. All right, feel free to chat in the chat room. I will be back in a minute. I have got to go get something besides coffee to drink. My throat is hurting. I talked a lot today. Yeah, if you missed it, I did a 6-hour live stream this morning. So this is about a 2-hour live stream that we are doing. Just updating and keeping an eye on what's going on because this hurricane has not turned yet. It is still in the same place. Well, it's further ahead, but it's still going in the same direction that it was going earlier today. And they keep saying how it's going to turn, but it's 3 o'clock here already, so I'm just curious when it's going to turn. Oh no, broke fishing. What did you do? Oops. You got all your comments removed out of chat and lost your crown. Nightbot is number 1 now, I guess, right? George is number 1. Nightbot is probably number 2. And that's made broke fishing number 3. You guys, the top fans thing is if you comment in chat, you get points. It's something that YouTube's doing, so I don't have any control over it. It's a YouTube thing. You get points for chatting in the chat room, and I think it goes up to number 4 or whatever it is. So it's to help people to want to chat and to talk and to hang out in live streams. So feel free to chat in the chat room. Feel free to talk and talk with each other. You can talk about the hurricanes. Now, I do understand that I may have people that are watching that speak Spanish. If you speak Spanish, that is fine. I will not remove your comments if you are talking to each other. If you are just commenting in the chat room to comment and just in Spanish, I probably won't understand what you're saying. However, I might have mods that will understand what you're saying. Okay, so you guys, there is a story out that scientists are warning that an underwater volcano could erupt within months. Scientists monitoring the massive volcano off the California coast have warned that an eruption is just months away. Axial Seamount, the most active volcano in the Pacific Northwest, sits 300 miles off the U.S. coastline and nearly a mile below the ocean surface. It last erupted in 2015, but scientists have recently detected a surge in seismic activity at the site, with over 2,000 earthquakes recorded in a single day this summer. Since then, hundreds of earthquakes have continued to shake the region daily, and the seafloor is inflated to a level similar to the 2015 eruption. So, they are warning that that volcano is going to erupt within months. Will it have any effect on land? No. But y'all might see rafts, volcano rafts. That's what comes up when the magma cools and floats to the top. Okay, you guys, so here's another one. Scientists have uncovered 400 miles of fossilized volcanoes beneath China. Scientists say they've discovered a 400-mile chain of extinct and fossilized volcanoes beneath southern China. The volcanoes, the researchers claim, were likely formed when two major tectonic plates collided hundreds of millions of years ago when the supercontinent Rodinia broke up. The researchers published their findings in a new study featured in the Journal of Geophysical Research, Solid Earth. The discovery could help lead additional efforts to study ancient volcano arcs like this, which scientists used to learn more about how Earth's crust formed millions of years ago. Scientists discovered another set of volcano arcs along the edge of the Yangtze Block, a major tectonic plate that resides beneath southern China, back in 2021. The authors of the latest study were curious if there might be other arcs found deeper inland, and it seems their gamble paid off as Xin Donggu, a senior engineer at PetroChina, and other colleagues found that more than 400 miles of extinct ancient volcanoes deep beneath the surface. These findings were ultimately a bit of a surprise to Gu and the rest of the researchers, as most volcanic arcs tend to form narrower belts along the continental margins. However, the arcs found here appears to be much wider, which the researchers say could be due to a different style of tectonics being found where they formed versus other parts of the world where volcano arcs have been discovered. Regardless, the discovery will go a long way towards helping scientists understand more about how our planet has changed and evolved over the years, as well as how the crust of the Earth continues to be reshaped by tectonic processes. It also gives us a window into how volcanic activity could have wiped out much of Earth's life in ancient days. Researchers say that this region has been especially difficult to study, and this new discovery shows that the volume of magma activity may be greater than anyone previously thought. For now, the researchers dated the volcanic rocks detected in their studies to have formed between 770 million and 820 million years ago. They aren't the oldest rocks on Earth by any means, but they are still a new door to an ancient time that scientists and historians have been struggling to find more details about. That is interesting. Hello, Nova Scotia. Oregon is not a quake state. Oregon barely ever shows any earthquakes. So, no. Oregon is like once in a while, haha, just kidding, state. I mean, you skip over Washington State where there's lots of earthquakes, and you go on to California, but if you turn around and look at Oregon, you might not see any. Makes you wonder. Let's see. I can show this on Oregon Live Earthquake Map. Okay, so here's Oregon. You can see there's, been one. Ooh, right off the coast. On the 18th, today. Hey, broke fishing. Did you know there was a 1.6? Cool. This one occurred at 7:34 a.m. Okay, so that is a once-in-a-lifetime puzzler. But you know what? For a volcano that's getting ready to erupt out here at the axial seamount, you don't really see any earthquakes, do ya? Isn't that odd? I think it's odd. The axial seamount's right here, and you don't see any earthquakes. Just makes you wonder. Oh wait, were there two today? Or is this one going to say Washington? Nope, that says Oregon. That was 2 days ago. But see, there's barely any earthquakes that get listed. Like this one here. July. August 12th. Oh boy. August 1st. Hey, you've actually had some earthquakes, broke fishing. Look, these are all on the 8th and the 12th. Do you remember seeing all of these? I don't. They just come along and stick them on the map later. August 4th. So, funny thing is though, when you look, most of the time you'll just see that there weren't any earthquakes that day, and then they throw them on there. But if you know how to look up the earthquakes for Oregon, you would go USGS. I believe it's USGS regions. Then you go down here to information by region. And then you can go over here and you can look at Oregon and see what USGS has to say. Does USGS say that there's been earthquakes? Well, they most certainly say that there's California. So let's see here. They actually have one. They posted it for today, a 1.6. And then there was a 0.7, but where is this? That's Montana. Why is Montana under Oregon? Who knows? Okay, so trying to get it all in here. There we go. And even though I did it this way, anyway, if you go by region, you should be able to pull up the earthquakes that have actually occurred. Note, Canada's very quiet. I didn't say that. That was on the 14th. 12th. 12th. And 15th. Florida never seems to have any either. Hey, maybe that's a good state to live in, Florida, because they don't have earthquakes. Let's see. Does Florida have earthquakes? Florida. All earthquakes, 1900 present. Well, there was one in Jacksonville. When was that one? 10/31, 1900. Dang, that's a long time ago. That one was in 1900. Is there one there? Okay, there was one out here. I don't know what this one was. This one was 6/11/2001. It was a 3.3 experimental explosion. Okay. Then there was one out here, 9/10/2006. It's a 5.6 in the Gulf of America. Well, at that time it would have been Gulf of Mexico. Wonder how many of us are going to remember years and years and years from now that this was the Gulf of Mexico. Okay, so then they're not really showing anything, but these are interesting. This was 4/18/1997. And this one was 4/13/2003. And this one was 2/31/1992. Now, Door Point is over here, so there is a volcano over here. 5/23/2025. Door Point is considered a volcano off the coast of New Orleans, so within this area here is where it is located. Now, are these Florida? There's some that are in Florida. So where do they post them at? Alabama. Of course they posted as Alabama. That one was 3/24/2019. This one was 9/3/2020. And that one was 3/7/2019. So Florida doesn't really have earthquakes. And they like to think that they do. Do y'all know that there was an earthquake, another earthquake out this way? I remember it was about a year ago or so, but there was another earthquake out here off of Florida. And I'm only seeing this one now, but I know that there has been two in the last 10 years. And it's odd that that one's not there. They said that it was a naval explosion that they did, a test thing or something, because this one here was listed as an explosion as well. This one was in 2001, but there's been one since then. So I remember that one. But anyways, if y'all want to go on this site and check out earthquakes, it's called USGS by regions. I'll give y'all a link in chat if you want to go look up the states that you live in. And the one that I forgot to mention the other day when I was talking about it, Hawaii is also on this list as well, even though it's part of the United States anyway. So let's see here. Anybody want me to look at a state for them real quick? Before I close it, going once, going twice, going thrice, sold to the lady in the blue dress. All right, so we haven't looked at Canada today. So let's look at in our Canada real quick. See what earthquakes they've gotten up to up there. So this is Canada, you guys. These are all Canadian earthquakes. And for today, they have had one earthquake, and it was a 1.3. And I believe that's the Quebec area, QC. It was 13 kilometers deep. And if I'm correct, this is it right here. Well, maybe it's not. Hang on, I think maybe it is. Could be, unless it's the purple one. Yep, that's it right there. The 1.3 was up here by Maine, Matani, Santa Anne des Monts. So that was their one earthquake today. But yesterday there was a 1.2. I try to do an update every day on Canada's earthquakes for Canada. So just to let y'all know, that is one thing that I do because I do have Canadian viewers. All right, I will be right back. Sorry, I just noticed you wanted me to look at Arizona, so we will look at Arizona real quick. See if there has been anything in the past 30 days. So that's Nevada, 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 Nevada. That's New Mexico. On the 2nd, there was a 2.5. That's Nevada. On the 9th, there was a 2.6. And on the 4th, there was a 3.2. And on the 8th, there was a 1.4. So not seeing a whole lot of activity in the state of of Arizona. And no, I can't look up Mars or the moon. Today there was a 1.9 in Texas. There was also a 2.2 and a 1.6 and a 1.8 and a 1.7 and a 0.9 and a 1.3. Those are the 17th. And there was also on the 11th of this month a 1.5 up here in this area as well. So that's by regions. No, I can't look up the sun. I'm sorry. Looks like there's a nice storm going on over here, though. So it looks like we're going through eye wall replacement right now with the hurricane. Hopefully that means that it'll lose some of its oomph. I have to say thank you to Broke Fishing for reminding me about the GOES map. I appreciate that. There's a lot of maps that I forget about. One of my favorites is Null School. Let me look at Null School. If y'all don't know what Null School is, it's earth.nullschool. And this shows the hurricane as well as to where it's at right here. Shows the winds. (122 miles per hour). That one's 169 miles per hour. Or kilometers per hour. See how fast it's going right there. 135 kilometers. That is earth.nullschool.net. So I'll give y'all a link to that. You can look up all kinds of interesting things on there. You can look up chemical signatures. You can look up so much. No Broke Fishing. I can't do Jupiter either. And I'll leave the sun to those who understand the sun best. I don't understand the sun other than somebody says that there is a solar storm, and I know that that means trouble. But I don't want to dig my nose into something I don't understand. Okay, so these are the fires that are going on right now. And this is a smoke map for Canada. This is the one I was looking for the other day. So this fire is over here by Richard. So he is getting smoke in the area that he's living. I'm not going to point exactly to where he's at, but he is getting smoke in his area. And this smoke is actually going downward. I don't know, is it going around in a circle or what is it doing? Anyway. That's an active fire right there. This one, when we looked at it earlier today, it is out of control. So it is an out of control fire. Thanks, Richard. Put that link in my Facebook chat, please, because that's the one that I was looking for. No, thank you. Okay, so what else we got? I'm looking to see if we've got any new updates yet for Hurricane Erin. And we don't have anything new yet. They are saying that they are forecasting no direct hit on the U.S. However, I don't see how it would be a forecast of no direct hit when this hurricane is going to affect the East Coast. Let's take a look at Wendy again, and I'll show y'all what it's going to do. So this is Wendy. This is our hurricane down here. It's not exactly sitting exactly where they're showing it to be sitting on GOES. However, it gives a close representation of what exactly will happen. What was that about, broke fishing? Okay. It's the way the word was spelled. Never mind. Alright, so here we go. Alright, so as we're looking here, we're going to back up. And you can see where it comes Thursday along the coast. Well, if you look out here, you can still see that it's affecting inland. So it's affecting all the way up through these areas here. Because just because the eye is out here, we also have the outer bands of the hurricane that will affect on land. And Nova Scotia is going to get affected. Richard, I hope you're prepared. And then this is the other little storm, which I say will probably become a nothing burger. My bot likes you. That's good. you get all your stuff removed. All right, so this is our nothing burger here, but we also have another storm up here. So this is it right here as it's turned and is going off this way and falling apart. So I don't think that this one that's back here behind Erin is going to become anything spectacular. However, if you're in Nova Scotia and Corner Brook area up here, I would be prepared for storm. And then after that, we have another system coming off of South America. I mean, off of South Africa. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens with that. Rebecca Bot wants to fight. I'll tell you later what the word was. Okay. I might have to remove that word from the ban list if it gets spelled that way. Come on, fight me. I could use an exercise. Yes, Richard needs rain to help with fires. He does not need wind, though. Nova Scotia says he has some jelly beans. Everybody pile on. He's got jelly beans. I want all the red jelly beans. And then all the black licorice ones. You spelled it right the first time. That's why Bot removed it. Oh, you ate them already? Man, I haven't had jelly beans in years. Oh my goodness. I used to like the spicy ones. Spicy jelly beans. My favorite thing now is fruit, though. Like I had cantaloupe today. Cantaloupe. I bought a huge cantaloupe. Oh my god. It was huge. It'll last me for like 3 days. What kind of honey you got, Nova Scotia Ridgequake? Uh-oh, it's gonna get you again. Okay, that WITCH word is banned in my chat room. I banned any word that would be considered name calling. I did that years ago, so there's no bad words in my chat room. Ha! Nightbot, I got you one. WITCH. Oh my goodness. Y'all are hilarious. Y'all make me laugh. Thank you. Okay, so our last earthquake was a 3.4 terapekachili, which is down here somewhere. Wherever the green is. Probably within this stack right here. Well, it was 17 minutes ago. You're getting tired, George? I'm sorry. Why don't you go get a nap? Then you'll have a hard time sleeping tonight. Uh-oh. I'm learning a lesson about naps during the day. Naps during the day will actually make you not sleep well at night. Hey, Broke, you still here? I know it didn't time him out. Better not have. Hang on, you guys. Well, you guys, Brokefishing will be back. He got put in timeout. He's messing with the bot. Purposely. Oh no. Ah. Maluka Sea has just had a 2.7. And it looks as though New Zealand has had an earthquake. I can't see the exact size on it yet. I believe it's a 4.7. Which is right here. However, I am not seeing it on EMSC yet. So I'm going to look at GeoNet. GeoNet has said that it's had a 3.8. So GeoNet is listing a 3.8 at 12:31 p.m. their time. That was yesterday, though. Let me see. Wait a minute. I'm looking at the wrong thing. I'm sorry. They have had a 4.7 earthquake, 600 kilometers deep. So I'll show you this. Since we were just looking at this one. So it is here. That's 5.2. 3.5, 4.2. So I'm not exactly seeing it. However, it is showing that it was here. Let's see, is that it? I'm not seeing it. Why am I not seeing it? It's there, but I'm not seeing it. Now this is a 5.2. So that 4.7 is 5.2. 13 minutes ago. And I'm not seeing it on EMSC yet. So when I clicked on it, it said that it was 5.2. So I'm not seeing it on EMSC. Hey, Sage Pup, how are you doing? Nice to see you here. Everybody who's here, please take a minute and make sure that you've hit a thumbs up button. I appreciate it. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Oh no! Broke I don't think there's such a place, but we'll see. Oh no. Oh Lord. Okay, you guys, just so you know, this goes refreshes every 4 minutes and 57 seconds. So it is where it's supposed to be at, and as it updates, it shows you where the hurricane is. And I'm watching the eye wall on this one. That eye wall is going through a replacement right now. I hope it fizzles out. Fizz, fizzle away. Fizz, fizzle away. Fizz, fizz, oh, what a relief it is. Fizz, fizzle away. This storm system up here, let's take a look. There is a storm system up there, so let's take a look at can look and see that it is just a storm that's up here, up by Chicago and the Great Lakes areas here. There's no warnings or anything on it, so nothing to be worried about. Just looks like a regular storm which is passing through. An afternoon thunderstorm. And then we have some regular little thunderstorms here as well. But knowing these, they could flare up and cause some storm warnings. Because they look pretty good, so you might have some storm warnings off of these. I was expecting some off of this one as well, but it just depends. It looks like it's moving more towards Canada. Canada. Hey, Nova Scotia, it didn't read the Dominican Republic. I just noticed that. Oh, yeah, don't use the W word. Let me see if I can make it work. Why is to give me Singapore for Dominican Republic. What? My butt is broken. Okay, well, maybe we need to give it a town in the Dominican Republic. But I never knew that Singapore was in the Dominican Republic, so that's interesting. Okay, hang on. Okay. I found one. Punta Cantaloupe. Oh my god. Santa. Thank you, Sally. I still like Punta Cantaloupe. Is that Punta Cantaloupe Drive? Yes, yes. If you have a question or complaint, you may email the mod team at rtheexplorer@aol.com. You may or you may not get an answer back. Fortuna Hills. Greece, 4.3. This one was 5 kilometers deep and occurred 12 minutes ago. And you know, they still have not put New Zealand on EMSE. What is a town in Bermuda? Let me see. Hamilton, Bermuda. You're off to busk downtown? Enjoy. Be safe. Don't do anything we wouldn't do. Keep your head up. Keep your head on a swivel. Much love. Ooh, you're going to start singing again. Maybe you should come on my channel and sing sometime. That would be awesome. Skylar, want a snack?
Yeah.
Okay. Don't get half though.
Uh-huh.
Only half.
Okay.
You had a half earlier. I just want you to have peanut butter. There you go. Peanut butter. My granddaughter starts back to school this week, you guys. I'm gonna miss her. Oh, that would be awesome. Thank you. I would like that. I have to ask you a question later and see if you would be okay with them being put on the radio. She's going to be in first grade. And if she did kindergarten last year, so she's first grade this year. And she is all excited and ready to go. I think we got everything she needs for, yeah, that would be awesome, Sage Pup. I think she's got everything she needs for school so far. What am I snacking on? Probably something I shouldn't be eating. It's a peanut butter bar. But it's peanut butter, so, you know, peanut butter is protein, so it's good for me. Plus, I got to share it with Skylar. So she got half and I got the other half. Purgatory, Texas? Okay. Oh my God. For a hole. No, they didn't. He didn't. Nightbot didn't spell it your way. All right, you guys. I think we've watched all we can for now. It is 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm gonna let the live stream run for a little bit, and I'm going to go make my granddaughter dinner. Because, you know, I gave her a snack so I can make her dinner so I could ruin her appetite. Not cool, right? Bad me. But I'm going to go make her dinner, and I'm going to leave the live stream running for everybody who wants to keep an eye on what is going on. And I will be back in a few minutes. Thanks for being here, Sally. Take care and much love. Hey, if y'all are watching the goes, watch this. This eye wall, this eye was here, and it looked like it dipped towards the islands. Watch this. And it came down this way. And then poof. That was interesting. There it goes. Look, it's coming towards this way. So that's not even west northwest. And now I'm trying to figure out where the eye wall is going to come back at, if it comes back. But to me, it looks like it's gotten smaller. But it looks like it's also getting stronger here as well. It does have 140-mile-an-hour winds as of 2 hours ago. So waiting for the next update. And guess what, you guys? This one here has now got a 10% over the next 48 hours and 60% over the next 7 days. Even though we've watched it, what it does is it just sort of follows along with Erin. Ocala Beats. Nice to see you in chat. Nice to see you here. You guys, if y'all don't know Ocala Beats, he has a radio station. If you make your own music or you have your own bands, feel free to shoot him any music you would like him to put on his radio station. He can get it out there for you. He is over on Facebook, but also has a website, and I will work on getting the website so I can link that with the channel. I don't have his website link. I only have, well, let me see if I can find it. Hang on. Here you go, you guys. Sorry. I do have it. Here you guys. There is Ocala Beats website. Let me see if I can do this the right way because I just did it wrong. Okay, you guys, I'll give it to you the right way. Copy. Let me get this into chat here. There you go. There it is. There's the right link. OcalaBeats.com. Alright, so I'll give you all the Facebook as well. If you want to go over to Facebook and check out the Facebook too. This is Ocala Beats Facebook. And if you lose the link, you can go there on Ocala Beats on Facebook and get the link as well. So, there you go. This is the homepage, Ocala Beats Vibes and Voices, OcalaBeats.com. And he uploads music and much more. And if you have music, you can send it to him. And he can post your music for you and get your music out there as a creator. For anybody who is interested. Let me post this again real quick. I'm going to remove the first one, because that is a non-pink link. There you go. And the website is still being worked on, so, well, it's being worked on right now. It's being updated. So just to let you guys know, so that when you go over there, there will soon be a form that you can send in your music through. And that is so that your music can be on the radio station. And I'm in top chat. I don't know why I'm not in live chat. There, now I'm in live chat. You broke the bot. You broke the bot, huh? I'm sure the bot will live, unless the bot's got feelings. You never know these days. Wow. I just checked my email. You know, you never know how much email you get per day unless you don't check it all day long. Holy jeez. So much spam mail. Whether workshop. Workshop? I think they missed the H for workshop. Workshop. I'm waiting for another update. Come on, update me. The last one was a 2 p.m. update, so curiosity when the next update's going to be. Because this morning they had updates within an hour of each other. So now I'm waiting to see when the next update's going to be. Can you guys tell I'm losing my voice? So, anyways, I'm not seeing a new update yet. I am waiting for a new update. I will be right back. I'm going to go grab myself a drink, and then we're going to come back and find some more updates. Okay, I got my vitamin water. It's kiwi strawberry focus. Wonder if that means I'll focus more. It says focus. Time for review on your ex's profile. That's some spy pork, huh? Okay, well, that's some interesting stuff that's written on the bottle. I don't think I need to focus on that. Alright. Who's going on? Up. Invalid location specified.
Fires.
Okay, guys. So Ron is live now, just so y'all know. I do not have any more updates to give you at this time. So I am going to cut my live stream so I can go over to Ron's live stream and support his channel. I hope that you all will have a great day. If there is any change in this hurricane, I will come back on and let you guys know immediately. Anyways, you guys, I love you. Please remember to tell someone you love them. Tomorrow is never promised. And make each day an adventure. I will leave this live stream up for y'all if you want me to. So I'm going to make a poll and ask you, okay, the poll is listed. So far, I have one vote and one person said no. Not going to base it off of one person when there's 5 people watching. But I will be back live again tomorrow. No, I haven't forgot it's up to me. Why am I doing, what is going on? Somebody's playing around. Now it's 50-50. I get the tie vote. And my voice is almost gone, you guys. So I am going to say I am going off for the night. So I have the tie vote between the 50-50. If there is something big, I will be back on. And I will give y'all an update. For right now, there is nothing to update, as they are not going to be updating for at least another hour to 2 hours. But I wanted to give y'all an afternoon view of what exactly is going on. As of now, our eye wall is gone. So we don't know where the eye exactly is, as it just sort of vanished. And I guess we will see where it's at later. Anyways, you guys, I love you. Please remember to tell someone you love them. Tomorrow is never promised. And what the heck, Nightbot got you again. And make each day an adventure. Much love, God bless, and thank you for hanging out today on the live stream. I have been live pretty much all day with the exception of 2 hours. And I am tired. Anyways, you guys, I love you. And I will see you all tomorrow. Much love. Oh, and a big thank you to my moderators, to Broke Fishin' for being here today, for keeping the chat lively. Thank you, George Mitchell, for your humor. And thank you, Rich Quake, for being here and modding for me off and on all day long. I appreciate it, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Much love.